Orcas are probably one of the most beautiful animals in the world. Their artistic black and white coloring combined with tall dorsal fins makes them the most iconic animal of our oceans. Now, you must have come across some footage of people hugging or even snuggling with orcas in captivity. Surely, if you were given a chance to snuggle with one of these beautiful orcas, you wouldn't say no. Let me make the decision easy for you. Look carefully at this video of an orca dragging its longtime trainer deep down the pool as the trainer screams for help. As soon as the orca loosens its grip, the trainer swims away like a scaredy cat. For those of you who don't know, orcas are responsible for many human deaths in the recent past. Orcas are the undisputed champions of the oceans. The whole ocean trembles when one of these beasts start preparing for a hunt. No matter who you are, small fish, a giant squid, a great white shark, or a humongous 100-foot-long blue whale, or even a full-grown human, everything is on the menu for deadly orcas. For their killer nature and predatory instincts, they have been rewarded with the title of killer whales. Though the name may suggest that orcas are part of the whale family, the truth is actually completely opposite to this. Orcas are not actually whales. They are dolphins, the biggest of their cousins. Adult orcas are, on average, about as long as a school bus, about 19 to 26 feet long, and they can weigh up to 6 tons. This humongous size is one of the reasons why some people may think that orcas belong to the whale family. The real reason, though, is completely different. When ancient sailors first came across this animal, they were mystified by its appearance and abilities. Some sailors even witnessed the spectacle of large whales being chased or cornered by a pod of orcas. These observations of orcas hunting and preying on larger whale species led to sailors calling these beasts as whale killers. Over the years, due to some reasons, the name was flipped to killer whale. So now that we know the origins behind this nickname, let's get to know how exactly orcas make the seemingly impossible task of hunting whales an easy affair. First of all, orcas are scary smart. They have the second largest brain of any marine mammal and can weigh as much as 15 pounds. Scientists normally use brain weight to body weight ratios as a rough measure of intelligence. According to these parameters, a human brain is 7 times average and chimpanzees have 2 times average. Now, where do orcas stand in this comparison? Orcas' brains are 2.5 times average. In other words, they're even smarter than chimpanzees. Now let's take a look at what all this brain power allows them to do. Orcas are social animals and live in groups called pods, which together at times can even form larger societal groups called clans. Once an orca is born into the pod, usually it stays with the group forever. Orcas in the group develop strong bonds with each other and even develop a language altogether to better communicate with other members. What's so fascinating about this is that different orca pods have completely different languages, which they use to communicate. So, when orcas from the Atlantic come across their counterparts from the South China Sea, you can imagine them speaking in English and Chinese respectively. Yes, that's how different their languages can be. Making use of their deep connections and understanding with each other, orcas use many ways to hunt their prey. Whenever an orca spots a prey, it quickly informs other members of its group that a prey has been spotted. They almost hunt like a wolf pack, with the only difference being that orcas are more efficient and stronger than wolves. Some wildlife experts compare pods of orcas to Vikings, for just like Vikings, they are ruthless, well-organized, and fiercely intelligent. Once a group sets in motion for the hunt, it uses different strategies based on the type of prey they are after. First of all, let's talk about the methods orcas use to hunt down whales much larger than their own size. Considering the size of prey, more than 50 orcas may take part in a hunt like this. At the beginning, orcas maintain a safe distance from bigger whales, but keeps on chasing them to tire them down mentally and physically. There have been reported cases of orcas chasing whales for a distance of more than 50 kilometers. Once the whale tires down, orcas launch themselves into the blowhole of the whale in an attempt to prevent the blowhole from breaching the surface and thus suffocating the poor victim. Sometimes the poor whale drowns itself, and other times orcas continuously attack them with their hundreds of hook-shaped teeth, resulting in a bloody death for the victim. To understand how brutal orcas can be while hunting, there have been even cases where orcas have bitten off the tongue of a blue whale while she was still alive. Though these attacks may last for hours, the end result is a double extra large whale. It is no less than a buffet of different organs of the 200-ton blue whale. Orcas use different methods for hunting small prey. Orcas near the coast of New Zealand and Australia have developed a special test for stingrays. Now, stingrays are not an easy target in any way. Most species of stingrays have venomous tails which they use to stab their prey in order to hunt or to escape from a larger predator. An interesting fact, it was the relentless venomous stabs by a short-tailed stingray that led to the demise of Australia's beloved wildlife expert Steve Irwin. To protect themselves from the venomous stings, orcas have developed an ingenious way of hunting them. Orcas use their rock-hardy tails to give stingrays a tight slap. Yes, you heard that right. Orcas literally slap stingrays with their tails to disorient them. You can also imagine this as Pikachu using his Iron Tail attack on its opponents. As soon as the stingray loses their balance, a second orca will swoop in to deal a fatal bite to the head. Usually, the rays are shared among the group, but sometimes a greedy orca may keep the prey all for herself. Fascinating as it may be, a group of orcas use this same method of tail slapping to disorient great white sharks and convert them into a happy meal. A pair of killer whales near the South African coast used this same method to hunt many great white sharks. Within a few years, the beach was filled with whole carcasses of great white sharks. The terror of orcas was so immense that great white sharks were not seen coming close to the coast for many years to come. The next method that orcas use to hunt their prey might be the most surprising one. No other predator of the ocean will deliberately beach itself, but orcas do this, and they do it with perfection to hunt down sea lions. Orcas near the coast of Argentina take advantage of the perfect alignment of the tides, seals, and shores to strike. The ruthless orcas surf a wave onto the shore, grab a sea lion or two, then roll its body back into the ocean with the wave. The method may carry the risk of death for the orcas in the event that they get permanently beached on the shore, but at the same time, it carries a high success rate of more than 33%. The third method on this list that orcas use to hunt is probably the most striking one and goes by the name of wave washing. Orcas in the Antarctic Ocean had to face a particular problem. Their prey, which often consists of seals, would often take refuge in the floating pieces of ice, which would make it impossible for the orcas to complete the hunt. But remember, orcas are not the apex predators because of their superior strength or blazing fast speed. What makes them the best of the best is their superior intelligence. A group of orcas use their coordination to chip away at the sides of the floating ice. Once the size of the floating ice is reduced, 5 or 6 orcas push the remaining piece of ice into the open ocean. Once this task is completed, the orcas retreat to a distance of about 15 to 30 meters from the ice. The helpless seal may be thinking at this moment, the prayers have been answered, but he could not be more wrong. The group of orcas make a quick dash towards the ice and duck at the last moment to create a strong wave that dislodges the poor seal from the ice. Once in the open ocean, he becomes an easy-peasy meal for the orcas. It has been widely observed that during most of the hunts, pods of orcas will communicate with each other using heightened frequency calls to better coordinate their attacks. Orcas truly live up to their nickname of the killer whale, and it is widely believed that orcas may be the reason why Megalodon went extinct from our oceans. Making excellent use of their super intelligent brains and ultimate strength, orcas have cemented themselves as the apex predators of the ocean.